Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through the winter/dry season of Series 8 in Horizon 5, giving you all the tips and tricks to get all of the points that you need in this season to get this week's seasonal rewards. So there are 52 points up for grabs in this season, as are there in every other season in this series, meaning that the total points available for the series is 208 points. A quick reminder of the series rewards, if you haven't already got it yet, for 80 points we've got the Mercedes AMG E63. This is quite a rare car, obviously it isn't now because it's there, but before this series it was quite a rare car, so the price will probably go back up after this series. A couple of weeks after into Series 9, so do be sure to get that unlocked. You've still got 2 weeks left of the series to get your points. For 160 points, if you've completed the majority of the season like I have so far, I'll be doing them 2 dailies after I record this video, then you'll have the chance to unlock the Auto Union Type D for 160 points in this winter season. If you haven't, you'll be able to lock it in spring as long as you've completed enough of the other seasons. If you complete 100% of winter and spring, and then you'll need at least half of summer and autumn to get that one. So as I said, there's 52 points up for available in this season. I'm going to take you through all of the challenges, Forzathon, seasonal events, championships, stunts, and all the challenges at the end here. Every single event in this festival playlist I will take you through, giving you tunes, giving you general tips to get them completed. Some of them I'll show you some gameplay of me completing them to help you kind of understand what I mean. And just give you a general overall guide. You will notice that if you are new to my channel, these videos are quite long, but I like to go into more detail than other channels to make sure that I am actually explaining it properly over video, so you can actually see physically what some of the challenges involve. So it is quite a long video, it will be quite a long video as it always is, but I do try to explain the best as I can. I do also want to make a quick note, kind of channel update as well before we start. I'm not going to make this into a separate video, it's only going to be like a short minute or two, but many of you have been asking recently on Discord, Xbox, YouTube, various things, but it's mostly when will be the next stream, when will be the next blah de blah, you fill in the gap kind of thing. I don't really know. I can't really say more than I can do at the moment because I've got a lot on, and I do feel like I say that every time as an excuse, but realistically I have got a lot on. I struggle to find the time to do this video every Thursday, sometimes every Friday at the moment, so I can't really do more than I can bite off. So pretty much all the time that I get in the week at the moment is to do this video and to complete the challenges myself, which is maybe 6 hours in total across a whole week, and then bits in between, like short half an hour, 1 hour slots. So it's not really enough time to do a stream, to make several videos a week, so I can only apologise. I would like to do more content on the channel, get back into a more steady routine with the streams, doing 2 videos a week kind of thing, but I simply haven't got the time, and that isn't a lie. I really haven't got the time. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, once the kind of bulk of stuff that I've got to do in real life has gone out of the way, then I will be able to kind of get back to it in the summer. I know we're in the summer technically because we're in June, but I mean like from July and August kind of time, I'll have time off where I can work on stuff. Obviously we are getting closer to 300 subscribers, so I have got a couple of ideas in mind that I might be able to do something. I'm not going to say much about that now because I don't want to promise something that I can't do. I end up doing that quite often and I don't want to give you false hope, but essentially I will try and plan something for 300 subscribers, but expect it to be slightly after we reach that milestone, and just expect for the foreseeable future, for a month or so, for there to only be 1 video a week, maybe 2 if I do get a bit of time. So I just thought I'd say that at the start of this video, just so you've got a picture, because I'm not mad with people you know, sending me these messages, but it is generally the same response that I always send back, in that I just haven't got enough time. And I know you guys are very understanding. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that you are understanding. You're very patient, and that's what makes a good following. So it does show that you're true supporters. So without any further ado, let's get that out of the way and let's get into today's video. So for 20 points, we've got the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT. So this is a new to Horizon 5 car, but it has been in Horizon 4. I don't think it was in Horizon 3, but it might have been. I'm not sure. So it's not really a special car, but it sticks with the German update, well, the German theme. And it is still a very cool car. We have got the GTR in the game, but the GTS, or whatever that is still an equally cool car, nice GT car. So that's for 20 points, so that's not very much, that's like half an hour, if that. And for 40 points, you've got the number 185 Porsche 959, very cool rally car. Obviously it is valuable, like it says. It's quite expensive because of that, so for 40 points, an hour to an hour and a half of your time is very much worth it for that. So as I said, I'll be taking you through each of the challenges in this week's festival playlist. So we'll start off with the Forzathon events, so the dailies, the weekly, and also we'll have a quick look at the Forzathon shop. Okay then, so before we crack into this week's weekly Forzathon challenge, bit of a malfunction there, I would just like to also mention, if you own the car pass, you'll be able to redeem the 2018 Audi RS5 from any Playhouse or festival site in the car pass menu. So the Audi RS5, similar stats to the RS4 that's coming next week in the festival playlist. 2.9 litre V6 producing 444 horsepower, and I think it's around 500 newton meters of torque. So it is a very cool car, and I'm very excited to check it out. I probably won't get time to make a video on it due to the reasons I've just mentioned, but I'm still excited to give it a drive around. And hopefully when I've got a bit more time, maybe do a video on it and all of the new Audi German cars that are coming, or have come in this series. So the weekly Forzathon challenge for this week then is called M for Motorsport, and it requires you for Chapter 1 sheer driving pleasure to own and drive the 2008 BMW Z4 M Coupe. So I already have a tune for this. For the 250 subscriber competition, I used it for one of the races, so it's already pre-tuned. It's not the best of tunes, however, if you want a little tune that is reasonably competitive and will get you the challenges done, I have one shared under my gamertag Shylo 2017. It's all-wheel drive. I believe it's got, I think it's the 4 litre V8 in it. I don't know whether that was the stock engine or whether I put that in, but it's kind of the BMW E92 M3 engine, generally in kind of high performance BMWs. So this car can be bought in the auto show for, when it loads, 82,000 credits. So yes, it is quite a lot of money, but in Forza it isn't. So 82,000 credits. The tune's probably around 50,000, so you're looking between 120, 150,000 credits for the whole build, which isn't too bad, to be honest, because what you do get from it is you get 5 points towards the festival playlist, and you also get yourself 160 Forzathon points if you own a La Casa Soliguera house. If you don't own that house, you'll only get 80, but that is still a decent chunk of Forzathon points for completing this challenge. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes of your time, so it is very much worth it. So once you've got in your 2008 BMW Z4 M Coupe, very long name, I'm just going to call it the Z4 from now on, you'll be able to move on to the next chapter. You don't have to put a tune on it, but it will make your life a bit more fun and easy. So distinct design wants you to take a photo of the 2008 BMW Z4. That's very simple. Go anywhere on the map. It could be where you are now, or you might fast travel to your favourite photo location, open photo mode, and take a photo of it. That is simply all you need to do. You don't need to put any effects on it. Just literally need to take a picture of the car. That is it. Once you've done that, you'll be able to move on to racing sports. This wants you to win 3 road racing events in your Z4. And so it can be a sprint or a circuit. To make your life easier, head over to the map and pop the filter for road racing events on, and then just pick any off the map. One of my favourites is the Reservario Sprint here. and my favourite circuit is the Estadio circuit, so if you want to use one of them suggestions, feel free. I would try and stick away from blueprints because they can be a bit hit and miss. If you want to give it a go with a custom blueprint in Event Lab, then by any means feel free, but for me, in the past it's been a bit hit and miss and it's just been a bit of a waste of time. I don't know whether that's with certain settings in certain Event Lab creations, whether I've just been unlucky with the ones I've picked, or whether there is a bit of a general bug with them, but I'm not really too sure. Obviously sprints are going to be quicker, so I probably go to one of these sprints, like I said, Reservoirio, Landurus, whichever you want to do. You just need to win 3 of them. They may be the same one, or it might be 3 different ones. If you are doing the same one, just make sure that you don't click restart at the end of the race and you actually go back into free roam and re-enter it so that it counts it, because if you click restart, it's essentially counting the same race, if you get what I mean. So once you've won your 3 road, sprint or circuits, or a combination of both, you'll be able to move on to the final chapter, Ultimate Drifting Machine, and this wants you to earn 20 drift or e-drift skills. So I'll tell you a quick tip for drifting skills in a second, but notice how it says rear wheel drive in the chapter description. I don't know whether that means you can only do it in rear wheel drive or whether that's just giving you a description of what the stock car is, because my tune is all wheel drive and the video that I watched on it was rear wheel drive, so I don't know whether you can actually do it in all wheel drive. If you can't, and when I do it I'll put it in the comments if nobody else has put it in there by then, whether you can do it in all wheel drive or not. So if you can't, you just have to switch it back to stock, because it's still really easy. You might want to go, for example, to the stadium and go on the inside, but you might even want to go on the outside. You can go to a roundabout, and essentially you just got to click the handbrake. So if I show you here, it's drift or e-drift, so you just tap the handbrake, steer the other way, and you've got yourself an e-drift. And then this car isn't very good at natural drifting. You probably will have to do e-drifts because of the grip and the all-wheel drive. It isn't really that drifty, but if you just do that a bit, you'll get your 20 e-drift skills in not very long at all. With that, you'll get yourself 5 points towards the festival playlist and 80 or 160 Forzathon points to spend in the Forzathon shop. Okay then, so the Forzathon shop for this week then, mentioning of the devil, is the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR from 1998. This is for 600 Forzathon points, compared to the 700 Forzathon point cars we've had in previous weeks. I consider this a bargain because this car is a couple of million credits in the auto show, and it is a very cool car. It's very good for off-road speed zones, it's very good for road racing, dirt racing, and it's just a generally cool car to have in your garage. A very valuable and very kind of historic car. So 600 Forzathon points, if you've got them saved up, this is a good way to spend them. Alternatively, you could spend them on the Porsche Rothsport Racing 911 Desert Flyer, because you will need this for the trial, so if you haven't got it, it's probably cheaper to spend 300 Forzathon points than to buy it in the auto show, because I think it's like 500,000 in the auto show, if I'm correct. I'm not really too sure, but either way, 300 Forzathon points is not a bad deal for this car. And you've also got a German race helmet and a Doom E1 M1 high car horn. I wouldn't waste your points on this unless you're really wanting to get them out of wheel spins. That's the only really reason I would spend them. As you can see, I've got over 3,100 points stored because I don't really buy cars anymore because I usually already have them. I just buy clothes and homes. To wrap up the Forzathon event category then for this video, we have the daily challenges. I already completed the today's one by accident when I was testing one of the cars for the championships, so hey ho. So these pop up every day at 3:30 PM GMT. Sorry, I don't translate to other time zones, I work in my own time. And these will last us for 7 days each, so I wouldn't rush for completing them unless you've got all the time in the world. I wouldn't specifically go on just to do this every day. I'd wait a couple of days until you've got 3 or 4 of them and then do them all at once, if that makes sense. That's what I generally tend to do because I don't get on every day anyway. So 7 days, so they'll all last until the spring season apart from today's one. So just hit them at your own time, and if you're having any trouble, if they're bugged or you don't understand what they mean, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to help you out. Okay then, so we move on to this week's seasonal events, and we're going to be starting with the trial stock showdown Porsche number 65 911 Desert. So this is the car I mentioned in the Forzathon shop for 300 Forzathon points. So you'll need to use this, but you'll need to use it in its stock form. So B class 694 is its stock PI, and you'll need to use it with no upgrades. So essentially everybody's going to be running stock, so it's going to be very interesting, and by the looks of it, it's going to be on dirt racing and it's rear wheel drive, so that's going to be very interesting. So all I can say is good luck. But completing this challenge will get you a Porsche 911 GT2 RS from 2012, which is a very, very cool car, and it'll also get you 10 points towards the special playlist. Yes, 10 points. So this is a really easy way to get yourself 10 points, because all you need to do is win a best of 3 against the AI. So best of 3 means if you and your team win the first 2 races and beat the AI, then you don't have to do the third. If they win one of them, you'll have to do all 3. If they win 2, then you lose, basically. So it might take as many attempts as it takes, because it all depends on the team you get. Obviously you're all going to be in the same car, however some people can't drive. Some people ram you out of checkpoints, the AI sometimes ram you out of checkpoints, sometimes you ram the AI out of checkpoints and they don't get put back. That's a very annoying one, actually. Not that they aren't all annoying, but that is a very annoying one. But yeah, so essentially the key is try not to ram your own teammates. If they ram you, unless you're clearly winning, don't ram them, because they're still carrying a point towards your team total. So just try to be tolerant. Tolerant is a big word, and try to be tolerant. So that is the trial. I don't really need to show you a tune because you've got to use its stock anyway. So Porsche Desert Flyer on dirt racing. What can we say? Okay then, so next we have the event lab. This one is by Average10710, and they present a Not So Deep Forest Raceway. The description is very short this time, so I will read it out. A classic forest track through the fog. Short and sweet. So what I interpret from that is it's probably going to be a bit of dirt / cross country, maybe a bit on the road. So what I interpreted is that you're probably going to need a car with rally tyres or off-road tyres, and maybe a bit of rear suspension. That's what I kind of get from the forest. But for all I know, it could be a racetrack built in the air above a forest. So don't take anything from me, because I haven't got a clue. Anyway, doing this will get you the 1982 Porsche 911 Turbo. Not lots of Porsches in this week, isn't there? Lots of Porsches. It'll also get you 3 points towards the festival playlist, and it'll lose you 5 to 10 minutes of your time that you won't get back. However, hopefully it's going to be a good one. Last week's I thoroughly enjoyed, so hopefully this week's will be good as well. Okay then, so for this you need anything from Germany that is in S1 class. So there's literally no restriction at all. You could use a drift car from Germany, or you could use an off-road car from Germany. Whatever you want to use, pick it. But I have got a couple of suggestions for you. So as usual, I favorited all of the cars in this season to make my life a lot easier. So what have we got? Kidoki. So we have got the Audi R8, however that's a road build, so I'll stick away from that if I were you. The 2017 Mercedes AMG GTR. So this one is a road build. It's on slick tyres, I think, or semi-slicks, but if it is on the road, then it's a good option. If it is off-road, then you've got the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Forza edition. Now you might not have this because you need to unlock like nearly all the Porsches in the Porsche car collection to get this. That's how I got it the other day. So you could alternatively use this that I'm using for the danger sign. It's completely up to you. They're the only cars that I've got that are suitable really, so it's completely up to you on which one you use for that one. Okay then, so moving on, we have another co-op kind of challenge here. So this is the seasonal playground games called Pick and Mix. This will get you a thumbs up emote and 3 points towards the festival playlist. However, you will get the prize whether you win or you lose. So essentially, if you don't know what playground games is, there's a team of up to 6 versus a team of up to 6. Usually you will have 12 players in the lobby. Some people quit, so by the end it could be 2v1 or 1v1. However, 2 teams play against each other, again in a best of 3 or best of 5, whatever it is. I think it's best of 3 game of playground games, using the variety of games that they have in seasonal playground games. I'm using a lot of words that begins with game there, aren't I? Sorry about that. They're very confusing, you know. Very confusing. And essentially, even if your team loses, you still get the prize. So the people that quit don't know that, and they will never know because they just keep quitting and they never get to the end and see that you actually don't need to win the prize. But if you finish second, you still get the prize. So anybody that does that, just remember you still get the prize. So for this you'll need a B-class German pickup and 4x4. So yes, it does have to be from Germany, so you can't use a Ford Raptor or a Ford Bronco. You have to use a German one. So I have got a tune for you, and I'm going to show you that in a wee second. Okay then, so here it is. I unveil to you the 2013 Mercedes-Benz G65 AMG. The car that a lot of celebrities have, and they try to make themselves look posh, but realistically it is a box that they cannot park or take through a city. Yeah, so that is the Mercedes G65 summed up in 2 sentences. Anyway, so my tune has 650 horsepower from the stock engine, which is a V12 actually, if you didn't know, 6.1 litre V12, I googled that. 1077 newton meters of torque, which is ridiculously high actually for a V12, because usually V12s don't have that much torque, but this one does. It is very heavy at 2,500 kilograms, however it's on max weight reduction. I reduced 415 kilograms out of it, so it's the lightest it pretty much can be, apart from with a lighter engine. So it's on full off-road race tyres, a bit of power, it's got some cool rally parts on it, race suspension, race brakes, all the good stuff, and it's 350,000 credits. So yeah, that's why lots of celebrities have it, because it's a lot of money. If you want to use that, then feel free to get it off my gamertag channel in 2017, or you can use one of your own. But realistically, it doesn't matter, because you don't have to win. Right then, we've got to the best part of the video in my opinion. This is where I get to show you some gameplay. It is the 3 PR stunts of this week. So firstly, we'll be starting off with the Event Horizon danger sign. This will get you a super wheel spin and 2 points towards the festival playlist. So for this week you'll need to be using an S1 Porsche 911 GT3 from 2004, and you'll need to go to the top of the volcano, which isn't a pain, is it, if you don't have fast travel? That was sarcasm if you didn't realise. And you need 310 metres by yeeting yourself off here. I believe you start here and then you go that way, because if you set a route you can see that it's pointing you that way, so you probably land down here somewhere. So I'm going to go fast travel up there now, but if you don't have fast travel, unlucky is all I can say. And then I'm going to hop in the Porsche and we'll give it a go. Usually I do fail one of these PR stunts, and I've kept that trick for forever really, so I will probably fail one of these PR stunts. If I don't, it is pretty much a miracle. So let's go and give it a go. Right, hopefully we can start off by getting 1 out of 1. By the end, however, it'll probably be 1 out of 3. We'll see how this goes. So, the Porsche 4 litre flat 6 from the GT2, hitting it at 170 miles an hour, which isn't too bad. However, this car can go faster. It's got 8 gears. Anyway, there we go. 401 metres. That is a new PB. Gladly, it had registered before I hit that rock. Otherwise, I would have failed. Also, a massive shout out to the guy that did this livery. I thought it deserved a download and more support, because clearly it's got the most effort put into it. So that is the Event Horizon danger sign seal objective completed, and thankfully I have got 1 out of 1 so far. Moving on then, we have the Arid Hills speed trap. Again, we'll get you super wheel spin and 2 points for the festival playlist. This time you need an S1 BMW M5 from 2018. And you'll be going to the bottom of the volcano this time. However, it's on the other side, so again that's not a pain at all, is it? Maybe you might want to go and do that one first if you're sensible. Yeah. So you need 200 miles an hour, pretty much both ways. You'll be alright if you come around this corner. It's kind of in the middle of the dip, so you go downhill this side or downhill this side. Whatever you want to do, just send it, is my best advice. So I'm going to hop in the car now and then we'll give this one a shot. So again, a massive shout out to the guy who did this livery. It was called BMW M5 CS 21. So that basically means the M5 competition sport, 3 years younger. And it is very, very nice, very, very accurate, and I love the rims, so well done to the guy that made this livery. It makes it come to life a lot. Okay then, so let's give it a go. It's got the 2JZ in it, maximum amount of horsepower, drag tyres, so this is probably going to go very badly, but anyway. And just so you know, it's supposed to do 260 odd miles an hour this tune, I think, or something like that, which is a bit ridiculous, I know, but you know, oh well. And obviously it isn't at the top of S1 class, which just shows really how ridiculous this tune is. Right, 214.56 miles an hour. I'm sure I could have done better there, but still, it's not too bad. So if you want to download this tune, it is available shared as Speedtrap S1 under my gamertag Shylo 2017, and the class is S1 888, which is very nice. Right, 2 out of 2 so far. It's time to not be 3 out of 3 because we're heading on to the Mountain Pass Speed Zone. Again, 2 points and a super wheel spin, but this time you'll be using a V-Class Opel Manta 400, and you'll be going on the other side of the volcano again to reach 100 miles an hour in this speed zone. I personally think coming around this corner slower and then accelerating down and round here is better than having to slam on around here. So I'm going to start here. And see if we can get 100 miles an hour. You can't actually all-wheel drive swap this because doing so puts you well into A class. So it's rear-wheel drive, stock tyres, but I have got a rear bench on it, as I think it was Dobra described on one of my streams. Sorry if the paint job hurts your eyes, we'll just try and get over that when we fail this. So the rear-wheel drive is definitely showing on launch, especially on the thinnest tyres ever to be seen on a production car, except a Vauxhall Corsa. Right, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's supposed to do about 160 mile an hour, but really that is irrelevant because we've got to actually get round the corners in the first place, haven't we? So we've got to get as much speed down here because we're going to have to slow for the corner. The grip on this is just a bit atrocious if you ask me. So we actually got round there faster than I thought, which is good. So 110.05 miles an hour, pretty smooth run. And for the first time in the universe, I've got 3 out of 3 on the PR stunts in a seasonal events video. Yay! Okie dokie then, so now we have 2 seasonal championships. For these seasonal championships you need to make sure that your driver tire difficulty is set at least highly skilled or above to get the main rewards. If you don't do that you'll get some crappy 10,000 credit reward or no reward at all. So if you want to get your Porsche and your AMG Hammer, make sure that you're on highly skilled driver tires or above in your settings. You can change that before the race if you forget to do it when you enter the championship. Okie dokie, so this one is called Modern Classics. It is street scene. It'll win you a Porsche 911 Turbo from 2014 and also 5 points towards the festival playlist. And for this one you'll need anything A class that is a German modern sports car. So not just any modern sports car, it has to be from Germany because remember this series thinks it's linked to German automotive excellence. So I'm going to head over to my garage and show you the options for this one. Okay then, so essentially it is the trio of Audis. So we've got the 2010 Audi TT RS Coupe with Wood Fiandi's awesome livery on it. So this one's got 426 horsepower. Then we've got the 2015 Audi TTS Coupe which has got 438 horsepower. And then the 2018 Audi TT RS which has got 479 horsepower. So they're all pretty good, they're all around the similar weight. This one's got better handling because of the rear wing, but they are all around the same kind of thing, apart from the 2018 is in the car pass. If you don't own the car pass you'll have to go for one of these two here. You can also use the Z4 from the Forzathon as well if that interests you, but you might want to change things up and use one of the TTs if that takes your interest. And also, another thing to add for these championships, if you are doing them solo, this is brought up quite a lot in comment sections with, I've done the championship but it's not registered complete. And most commonly the answer is that you haven't actually done all 3 races, because what happens is when you do it solo, when you enter the championship it puts the 3 races on the map for you so you know which ones they are, and they're like in a white colour rather than the red. once you enter the championship, and you have to drive or fast travel to each of them races and do win on, well, you don't have to win all 3 of them, but after doing all 3 you have to overall have the most points out of you and the driver has. So that is quite a common a thing brought up in comment sections, and quite often that is the reason. If you're doing it co-op, then it'll automatically fast travel you with the people in your convoy, but if you're doing it solo, then that's what you need to do. Okay then, so the second seasonal championship for this week is called Roadshow. This one is road racing. It'll get you a Mercedes AMG Hammer Coupe and 5 points towards the festival playlist. For this one, you'll need an S1 class modern supercar from Germany. Again, German themed, so you can't take a Lamborghini, you can't take a Ferrari. You've got to take anything from Germany. So essentially, the Audi R8. So I'm going to head over to my garage and show you which car I've got for this one. Okay then, so as predicted, it is the 2016 Audi R8 V10 Plus. You can also take the 2013 Audi R8 5.2 FSI Quattro, however that is an exclusive, as in it can only be bought in the auction or won in the Forzathon Shop Festival playlist, etc. It cannot be bought in the auto show, so that's the reason I didn't pick that one. So the 2016 one, I've got Jack Ultramotive's awesome Harlequin livery on it, and it's running the racing V12 with nearly 900 horsepower. I didn't manage to fit weight reduction on, however it's got full slick tyres. The brakes are already really good, and apart from that, that is the only thing I managed to do apart from engine spacers. So it isn't the best, I'm not going to lie, but once you get your foot down on a straight, it does go, and the grip is quite good, except you do get a bit of understeer on long turns, so just be careful when you're putting the throttle down that it doesn't kind of jerk you out like a front wheel drive car would do, because that's what I found. Also, it started on 86% rear diff, so I've lowered it to 68, so it's not going to be as slidey as it was when I first brought it out of the garage, which was a bit of a surprise, because at first I thought I'd accidentally clicked rear wheel drive. Anyway, so this tune can be found under my gamertag, Shylo 2017. Okay then, so that is it for the seasonal events. Now we move on to this week's challenge section. So firstly we have the treasure hunt high jump. This will get you 100 Forzathon points to spend in the Forzathon shop, and also 3 points towards the festival playlist. I have noticed that with these treasure hunts, I know it says 100 Forzathon points, but I've noticed if you own the La Casa Solidera house and you get double Forzathon points and everything else, you actually get 200. Because when I've checked my total afterwards, I'm like, that's not 100, that's 200. I'm not sure whether they fixed that by now, but that's what I've seen to notice recently. But don't get your hopes up, because I might be telling a lie. Anyway, so the treasure clue is called Cooped Up. Let's up the ante by seeing the heights of Moulage. So as you can see, the car in the photo is the 2016 Mercedes AMG C63 S Coupe. That's why it says cooped up, but couped up. And essentially you need to go to the heights of Moulage, gain the sign, and earn 1 star or more in the C63. So there's no real need to upgrade it, because you only need 1 star and it's fast enough to do that anyway. So you basically want to head over to your map. This time you're going to want to filter to danger signs. Wrong one, danger signs, and then you're going to want to head down here by the main festival. You'll see heights and Moulage danger signs, so you need 76.2 metres or more. So fast travel to the edge of the motorway here, and then essentially you've just got to drive and get 1 star or more on this danger sign, and then it will say treasure hunt complete, and it will pop up to say you completed it. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'll show you where the treasure chest is located. If you don't want to see that, pause now and do it yourself, or if you're going to do it later, skip about 30 seconds of the video so that it doesn't get spoiled for you. Okay then, so as you can see, I've very clearly done that. I've probably got nearly 3 stars actually. So you can see it pops up, and then it will give you a radius on the map where the treasure hunt is located. So you can see that here. And also, if you head back now to the festival playlist, you'll be able to get a clue as to where it is located. So you can see this picture here, you can kind of see the treasure chest, and then there's a bit of a ruin, and then there's the volcano behind it. So I managed to figure it out from that, so I'm going to go and show you where it is now, and I'll smash it on camera just so you can see proof. Now, sitting here ready to smash this treasure chest, I can also see there's a bonus board over there for me to get, so I might try and get that in a minute. But for those of you that have come here for the purpose of the video, here is the treasure chest. So the radius is kind of around here. This is the route of the reservoir sprint, actually, so you come around here. And just off here you'll see a little hill, and you'll see the ruin just in front here. Obviously the volcano's over there like it was in the picture. And all you need to do is take a bit of a run up and give it a bit of a smash. Obviously this car's rear wheel drive, so just take a bit of getting going, but you get a bit of speed up and there you go. And if you check your total now in the Forzathon shop, there we go, you can see that I've got 200 Forzathon points because I was on 3,128 before. So yeah, very interesting. Thank you for that, Forza, thank you. So I'm going to try and go ahead and smash that bonus board in a second once I've done the other bits of this video. Okay then, so the photo challenge is called #PitchPerfect. It will get you a red suit, clothing reward and 2 points towards Festival Playlist. This is one of the easiest photo challenges we've ever had, so much so it isn't really a challenge. So all it wants to do is photograph the 2015 Audi TTS Coupe at Estadio Horizon. If you don't know what Estadio Horizon is, you'll probably be able to figure it out from the picture. It is the stadium. It is the stadium that is located above the motorway. You're going to want to fast travel here, and then you're going to want to get in the 2015 Audi TTS Coupe. I mentioned that before in regards to the Modern Sports Car Championship, and then you're just going to want to take a photo of it. That is simply all you need to do. So I'll just show you it now just so you can see a brief photo. It's not going to be a fancy photo. If you want to take a photo with your friends, make it a bit fancy, snazz it up, share it on social media or whatever, feel free to do that. I haven't got time to do that in this video, so I'm just going to quickly get in this car now. My loading times aren't great, but that is pretty quick, to be honest. Okie dokie. So we'll reverse and we'll go in here. Nice J-turn there. So all you need to do is go in here. You might want to get a picture with the football like the people who took the picture of the Festival Playlist did. I love how it took about 2 seconds to enter photo mode after I clicked it then. Why is my... Really? Really? Why is my car all the way over here? Right, okay then. Anyway, I've still managed to do it, but you can see there's a bit of a glitch there. I'm actually quite glad I got that on camera because that was a bit of a funny one. Anyway, okay, thank you for that. So anyway, that is the photo challenge, nice and easy, and should take you not much more than 10 seconds if your photo mode works properly, unlike mine. Okay then, so the final challenge this week is an Eliminator Battle Royale challenge, and that's all on. Speak properly, Shylo. All this wants you to do is finish 30th or better in a game of the Eliminator. For this you'll get the Opel Manta 400, which you need for the speed zone, and also 2 points towards the Festival Playlist. So essentially, go in pause, go across to online and click on Eliminator. I'm not really sure what's happened to my game because since I got disconnected for inactivity when I was tuning, this menu's gone a bit berserk. So somebody explain that one. So essentially just enter a game of Eliminator, and when the driver's left number in the top left of your screen gets less than 30, then you're alright. It will be completed, but you can't just quit, you actually have to get eliminated. So basically look out for pink dots on the map, let somebody challenge you, let them beat you and you'll be eliminated. Or you can just play properly and try and win, like me, yay! But that was just for those of you that don't like the Eliminator. Just, yeah. I'm nice. And finally, we have the monthly rivals at the Archery Moulage circuit in the 2021 Porsche 911 GT3. All you need to do is click on it via this icon or in the rivals tab of your or in your pause menu, and then it will take you automatically to the correct location of the correct car. You don't need to select anything apart from the button, and then you just need to post a clean lap around this circuit. You don't need to beat your rival. If you want to, you can drive around at 20 miles an hour just to make sure it's clean, but make sure it hasn't got an exclamation mark next to your time at the end. So to do that, basically don't hit walls, don't rewind and don't miss checkpoints, and you'll be fine. That's all you need to do. And if you haven't completed it yet, you can still complete it in spring. And if you complete it now, it'll have any points on from summer or autumn that you've missed. If you've already completed it, don't worry about it, you don't need to do it again. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I know it's probably been a bit longer than usual, but as I said at the start of the video, that is the whole point of these guides. It's supposed to fully explain all the challenges in the festival playlist, so I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I massively appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. It really helped me out. And thank you for being so understanding with what's going on at the moment, with loads of stuff going on in real life. I really do appreciate it. It shows that you guys are true supporters, so thank you so much for that. I will be back hopefully next week with a festival playlist video. However, if I'm not, don't be surprised, because there is a chance that I won't get a chance to do it. Okay then, so thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you hopefully maybe next week.